Almost miraculously, I arose from my slumber at 7 a.m., whipped up my breakfast of champions of 6 eggs, 2 hash browns, and a bagel, and I headed to campus. And it wasn't until I arrived at the exam hall when I realized that my one and only pencil was broken. Thankfully, this random girl behind me gave me an extra one, because otherwise I was cooked. Post-exam interview. I'd say I did fairly well on that exam. I want to say I answered 9 or 10 out of 14 confidently, so I'd say that's fairly good. A couple questions I had to just brute force my way through, and there was one question straight up didn't know the answer because it's multiple choice, but if your answer isn't one of the answers, you write in the box. So I wrote in the box like, hey, not sure how to do this, and I never knew how to do any of the practice problems because didn't know where one of the things came from. So that's that. That class is now over, which kind of bittersweet because it was probably my favorite class this year. So now you may be wondering, what's next for today? Well, as much as I'd love to stay home and play Minecraft all day, I physically can't do that. My next exam is Monday, I think at 9 a.m. That leaves today, that leaves tomorrow, and that leaves Sunday. That's 3 days to study for that exam. So today, I'm gonna be practicing for my presentation I have tomorrow at 12:45 because low-key, do I know how to write on a chalkboard and talk in front of the class holding my iPad? Probably not. Depending on how long that takes me, I might go home and start studying tomorrow, or I might start studying today. I also have to go to the gym today. Like, we have a lot on the schedule today. Just because I have an exam does not mean the lock-in stops, guys. This just means the lock-in keeps going. So as you can see, based on this chicken scratch on the board, I just practiced my presentation for about an hour-ish. It's supposed to be 20 minutes tomorrow. I thought that would be impossible, but you will not believe how difficult it is to like write all of this on the chalkboard. And when I say all of this, I mean like all of this. What I think will be most beneficial for this project is tomorrow head to this room or to somewhere adjacent in this building, practice presenting a couple more times, and then by 12:45 I should be good. So now I think Sean's at the pub with Noah. I think I'm gonna go join them, get some light studying done on my differential equations, so then after my presentation tomorrow I can study a little more. Bing bada boom bada bing. I think I'm gonna be chilling. So I didn't really get a lot done at the pub. I had one beer, finished one assignment for differential equations, and that's about it. After that, went to the gym, came home. Now it's 4:45, so I'm calling it for today. I'm gonna go play Minecraft because my village needs me. I've got a big day planned of studying and coming home to play Minecraft like I've been doing the last however many days. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get so much done today. It says it's -5 out, but the last few days have felt like terrible. So I hope it's once again terribly cold. The walk itself was fine, but the search for the classroom was worse. See, I thought that leaving my house at around 11 a.m. would be a smart call. But sadly, it seemed as if everyone else had this same idea. Not one room was open, so I headed to Jeffrey. And it wasn't until then that I realized that I left my iPad at home. So now with T-1 hour until my presentation, I made the walk of shame back to my house, grabbed my iPad, made it back to Jeffrey with about 20 minutes to spare. Thankfully, I was chillin'. My prof was very engaged in my presentation, as you can see. Then I met up with Sean and his friend Andrew, and for the first time this exam season, we headed to Stauffer. Now, typically in exam seasons past, I have utilized Stauffer as a good study spot. However, I think there's something in the air this year. At the beginning of exams, people were treating Stauffer like it was the Hunger Game. I saw TikToks of people lining up outside at 8 in the morning, waiting to get into the library of all places. Like, guys, have we lost our mind? I do not care how cooked I am for an exam. If I'm at the point where I'm lining up to go into the library, I'm going home. That's my sign that I shouldn't be studying anymore. Sadly, there was no such line this time, so I had to stay in and grind until I gave up and went home for the day. That one exam I did yesterday, they're always quick with the marking. Already have the results back. 66.67%, guys. Finishing that course with about a 75-ish. That's like a B, I think. I love Bs. Day by day, the longer I get into this exam season, the more I'm like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And like, I'm very slowly justifying in my head not studying and not doing all these things. But I'm still gonna force myself. Tomorrow, no, because I have to go home. I'll be back Sunday, hopefully study, double check with Sean. My exam on Monday is at 2 p.m. I do have time Monday morning to also study, but as we know my sleep schedule, I wouldn't count on it. What's up, gang? Welcome back to Sunday. Just got back from my house. It is taking everything in me to not sit around and do nothing all day because my god, do I ever want to. But that exam tomorrow is 60%, so I kind of have to care a little bit. Currently, my mark for the assignments in this class is about a 95. I need like a 20-ish to pass this exam, which realistically, I could spend the next day and a half doing absolutely nothing, and I feel like I could come through with a 50 on this exam. But I don't want to count on that. So today I'm going to be practicing the one main concept that he said there's going to be a big question. It's going to be worth a lot of points on it. I don't want to study at all. I don't want to do any more studying. I want to be home. I don't get why they do this to me every year. Every year. I thought I was like, oh, home the 19th? That's early. No, it's not actually. 19th is the last day of exam season. So I'm here till the last day because I can't go home Thursday because I have 2 exams. I have an exam until 5 p.m. What am I supposed to do? So let's stop procrastinating this study time and let's get it done. Alright, y'all, and just like that, it is about 6 p.m. and I'm finally done studying for the day. I'm justifying calling it for tonight because tomorrow me and Sean are gonna wake up and go study for the exam before the exam tomorrow at... He said 7, I'm saying 10. So we'll meet in the middle and say 12. I feel confused about this exam. I wouldn't say I feel confident. I also don't think I'm screwed. I just feel like I need to have it in front of me to be able to assess how prepared I am. Realistically, do I know the content? No. Do I know enough about the content to answer a couple questions correctly? Probably not. But am I confident? Yes. Beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Today is exam 2. That exam is in about 3.5 hours. So gonna go ahead to the library, meet up with Sean, who's been there since 7 a.m. What I do know that's gonna happen on this exam is that I'm not gonna wanna do it, and I'm gonna be really happy when it's over because I don't care. So either I'm cooked or I'm chilling. So without further ado, let's go figure out which one that is. Alright, pre-game interview, how are we feeling?
Wow, we're feeling so good.
Sean, how are you feeling?
Decent. So ready.
He's actually feeling good. I'm shooting for a 20.
Yeah.
Peter's shooting for a 20.
I'd like to get an 80 would be nice.
Boo. I actually have no idea how this is going to go. We'll find out when I do it. After talking it over afterwards with Sean and Peter, I've come to the conclusion that I'm either getting a 20% or I'm getting an 80%, and there's no in between. The good thing is, even if I do get that 20%, I still pass the class. So hey, let's give a round of applause for me passing the class. You know, really high bar we're setting here. We're finally over the hump of exam season, and you may be saying, oh my god, Spencer, aren't you so excited? Like, you're pretty much in the clear, like, you're almost home, like, shouldn't this be the best part? To that I say, no. This is actually the worst part of exam season because most people have gone already. The only people left are the sad fucks like me who still have to write exams because we're getting down to the last 4 days of exams. So there's nobody here. It's depressing. Half my friends are gone. And I also am past the point of giving a shit about studying. The one Thursday morning, not studying for. 100 multiple choice. How about I can do it in my head? It's all common sense. And then the one in the afternoon, it's worth 20%. You couldn't pay me to give a fuck about that one. So literally I just have to suffer for the next 3 days and hopefully make it through. Hopefully survive till Friday, because Friday I'll be back home for good. I hate to say it, guys, but I fear the beast of locking in has made its way to a new vessel. What have I done today? Nothing. I can't be bothered anymore. After that exam yesterday, Christmas is in just about a week and I'm feeling very merry. Not feeling very exam worthy. So might study tomorrow. Probably won't. If I told you the time right now was 9:40, you'd probably say, wow, Spencer, you're lying to me. You're not up that early. And to that I say, I am. I think I still have one last lock-in left in me. I actually do have a review session with my prof in about 20 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to get to the classroom, so I'm gonna stop wasting time and get there. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, this review session did absolutely nothing for me. Besides the fact that my prof told me I did good on my presentation, he was going over stuff as if I had already covered the course content, which I hadn't, so me and Sean left early.
I can't wait to design sophisticated learning activities for grade 7 to 10 next
So we
year.
left to go get, and after we got, Sean warmed up his tires for the final lock-in session of this exam season. And honestly, this is going to be a complete shock to all of you. But when you actually take the time to review the content and go over what was taught in the class, you actually learn something. So after this review session, I was feeling just ready enough for this exam tomorrow. So at about 4 p.m., I left the library, went to go get presents for my parents, and headed home for the final sleep of exam season. Gang, I fear exam season has given me early onset arthritis and lower back pain because my god, those chairs at Stauffer are not comfortable. My back hurts, my wrists are fucked, my hips are hurting, my knees crack all the time. Wait. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my knees. Great. I'm gonna go practice the physical applications of coding and programming to get myself in the mindset for the exam tomorrow, and I'm gonna go play some video games. Y'all may be wondering, why do you not care about this exam? Why this one specifically? The exam was supposed to be online 2 minutes ago? Nothing. Let's refresh, let's see. Huh, nothing. Well, that's silly. You'd think on the final exam day that there would be something. Let's refresh again. Maybe it messed up. Huh. That's so funny. Well, I know this prof is very reliable and consistent and helpful. I'm sure this problem will resolve itself very soon. You guys, it worked. Good thing it's only 104 pages. And just like that, from the comfort of my own bed, my second last exam for this season has been completed. But I'm not gonna let this feeling of relief take me over for very long, because in about 2 hours we have our final exam of the semester, and then once that's done, I'm home free. I'm so close I can literally taste it, but there's no time to celebrate yet because there's still work to be done. Pre-game interview, Sean, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful.
I am too. How are you guys feeling?
Not good.
Not good? Why?
Great!
Oh, that's what we like to hear. Out of here in 10 minutes flat. Let's see. Man, it is a beautiful day.
To be celebrating the end.
We're done.
of
Exams, finally. Only took to the second last day. Look at birds are chirping.
One more exam season to go.
We're finished 7 out of 8 semesters of university. Now it's time to get a beer. Why are you going that way? We're going to get a beer.
Silly me.
We should know where to go by now.
We've only been here 4 days in a row.
Just about as quickly as it started, exam season was over. That was actually a lot physically longer than it maybe felt like. Definitely took a toll on me mentally. Definitely have some newfound back pain and even hip, shoulder, neck, all sorts of pain. But hey, we've made it through. Sky is blue. You know what to do. Let's reassess our pre-exam goals. So, what did we want to accomplish from this exam season? We wanted to not only ace every exam, but also understand all the content being tested. Unfortunately, after the last 2 exams, that is not true. For the first exam this morning, not even really sure what that class was about. We had a group project that didn't really have anything to do with what he was teaching in class. That also didn't really have anything to do with the assignments that he was teaching. The only kind of common denominator is C++. For the second one I had today, won't even lie to you guys, it didn't go very well. I answered some questions very truthfully. One question I fully answered with the lyrics to Top of the World by the Carpenters. I also was talking about how one operator was less than or equal to another operator. I was like, why are we saying which operators are less than other ones? I think all operators are equal. Got into a whole social justice arc on the exam. Also, left one of the questions as an exercise to the grader. So, hopefully he likes that one. So you guys watched me go through the trials and tribulations of exam season, and so you may be wondering, what were the results for these trials and tribulations? And I'll let you know, the struggle and kind of like half-ass study while also spending a lot of your time playing video games method actually really works. First and foremost, the one class I didn't have an exam for, I got an A+ in. We already knew that beforehand, but I thought I would just show that off just to rub it in your faces. Now on to the classes where I had exams. For that first exam I had, I ended with a 75. That got rounded up to, I think, a B. I don't know what that B is in terms of numbers, but all I know is that it's a B. And you know what? As we know, I love Bs. Now, second exam. That exam was the one that was worth 60%. I don't know if you've forgotten since watching about 15 minutes ago. He actually did give us back our exam grades. However, it took me so long to record this segment that I can no longer tell you what I got. I ended the course with a B, so clearly I did well. Don't get too hyped about the Bs because I think that's the end of it. Next, we've got that third exam, the exam that I did from my bed that I didn't care about. There was a reason I didn't care about that class because I got an A+. I genuinely could tell you nothing that I've learned from that class except C++. I know how to code in C++. I don't even think that was the main takeaway from that class, but you know what? It's the main thing I took away from it. Also the highest grade in a class that I had an exam in, so that's also pretty cool. Now, for that last exam, the exam that was keeping me here the longest, the one that was worth 20% and I didn't care about and I wrote terribly, all that didn't matter because I finished the course with an A-. I think I was projected to get like a B or B+, but I think he definitely curved it. Either he liked me more or I just gave that incredible of a presentation. Either way, I'll take the A-, leaving us with an average of can't do it in my head. Spencer's gonna put it up here. That's it for exam season. Finally putting an end to this chapter of my life in February. 2 months after I've already finished exams, already onto new courses, already onto almost midterms for these courses. So maybe at the end of this season, I might do another exam season video. Maybe I might come up with a new, improved, better idea that could be better than that. Who knows? If you want to find out, you'll have to stay tuned and subscribe. Make sure you like the video. If you haven't watched part 1, you probably don't understand what the hell is happening in this video, so go watch part 1 right now. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't like it, like the video still. It helps me out, and I don't care if you didn't like it because I liked it. Leave a comment down below about what your favorite part of this video was. Stay tuned. Allegedly, I have more things planned for the future, and that's it.